everyone. My name is Dr. Wendy Perel, and welcome to the Soul Empowerment Hour. So for the next few minutes, I'm going to talk to you about the energies that are coming in and how you can use this energy to feel empowered at the soul level. You see, my soul's purpose is to help people awaken to their light and feel empowered to get out there and fulfill their soul's purpose. And I like that to be done with confidence and with ease and grace. So when I'm doing this work, I work with the Ascended Masters, and the Archangels are the main focus. And generally I'll bring in energies from Lemuria or Pleiadians, stuff like that. But really the main energies that's been coming in for this particular piece are from the Archangels and from the Ascended Masters. So as we step into this week of this particular energy, my soul empowerment message for you, the message is going to be fairly short, and they call it the Soul Empowerment Hour because through my words, through the vibrations that are coming down as you watch this, you're going to feel some type of energy being shifted within you. And as part of it is a healing vibration that is coming from me to you, from my eyes to your eyes, but also from the vibration of my voice into your ears, and that goes into your energy field. So for this soul empowerment segment, it is about the energy of letting go more of your past. We just had a full moon on Sunday, and here we are on Monday, and here we are on Thursday. And I am to let you know that this full moon is very important for you to feel this eclipse energy and to illuminate, they're saying, the things that aren't working in your life. And people will say, Wendy, how do I know what's not working in my life? I'm going to say, look around. Look around, because what is in your energy field, in your vision, in your field of energy has to do with where you are energetically on your path. And through the vibration of a law of attraction, you will bring to you either healthy or unhealthy relationships, challenges, or ease and grace based on what's happening within inside of you. So as I'm working with the angelic realm and with the Ascended Masters, I ask, well, how do we know? What does this mean? Because people, if they're going to step into this soul energy and they want to be empowered at the soul level, part of their ego needs to understand this. So what they were showing me is that the vibration that we're in is helping you see what's happening inside of you. So we just got done with Thanksgiving. How did you do with that? A lot of you chose not to be with family because sometimes family energy is very challenging. Some of you decide to do a Friendsgiving, and even some of that can be challenging because when you have a mixture of people in the room, you see different pieces. But what pieces have been feeling challenging within you? What vibrations, what energy, what unhealthy relationships are being shown to you at this time that maybe it's time for you to take action to heal? We're only just weeks away before we get into 2021, and this is your last full moon with an eclipse in it. We have another full moon at the end of the month, but this is your last full moon to really get a grasp and start doing that inner work of what's not working. You know, the energy of 2020 has really been about shifting into who you really are. So I asked, what do we need to know about this energy? And I pulled a card from the Divine Dog Wisdom deck. It's quite an interesting deck, and I like it because dogs are, a lot of people rescued puppies or, brought in therapy dogs to help them get through 2020. The back of the cards look like this, but the front of the card I pulled for this time is the energy of forgiveness. So I asked, okay, I totally understand forgiveness. What does forgiveness have to do? Or what does forgiveness have to do with this energy that we're in right now? And I'm going to tell you, so I've had some clients and they show me to use the experiences of my clients because we can relate to other people. Many of us, when we hit certain levels of adult age, we start judging our parents. We judge our parents of whether they raised us the right way, they raised us the wrong way, whether they inflicted emotional abuse, physical abuse, whatever abuse that, we're taught now as we're in this new way of seeing things. And we starting to judge family members. And some of us even judge family members when we were home and younger and part of that family. But it seems what's happening right now, along with the shift, is the inner child of us that hasn't been healed. That means that little person of you that went through a lot of crap in your 18 years before you left home. A lot of this stuff is starting to bubble up now. And what's happening with our younger adult kids is they're seeing it more than we are in my age group. So I'm going to be 56 in about 10 days or so, 11 days. And what I see in my energy is I often think about, now that I'm awake, I'm a little bit more enlightened. My hindsight of 2020 is I think about what I could have done better with my kids. I think about areas maybe I needed to be more present, have more patience. You know what? There's a lot of I should have done. And I have a choice that I could go in this energy and beat myself up, or I can heal this. Now, when I pull this card of the energy of forgiveness, this actually says that you have this opportunity to lay down an old bag of bones by forgiving yourself or others or both. These bones may be old memories or stories you've been packing around for years, or they may be worries. So I'm going to speak first of all from my client's perspective. I have several clients that are, of course, their kids are in their 20s and 30s. And during the holidays, this first holiday already at Thanksgiving, because they had enough alone time during 2020 to think about their life, they are bringing to their parents, you know what, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, I can't believe you did this to me, I can't believe you did that to me. And me being a parent, I think about those things, but I also realize that I did the best I could with all areas of my life based on the knowledge I had at the time. And that goes for you too. You did the best you could with the knowledge you had at the time you had this knowledge. If you were meant to be awake and be all spiritual and have this great understanding like Buddha did, then you would have had it. But if you were just the average soul on this planet experiencing life, then you did that as well. You see, when we come to this planet, we as a soul choose our parents. We choose our family members. It is a pact. It is a soul contract that we're coming in to experience this on purpose. Because on our soul's growth, we want to experience this, 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 and this. People often ask, well, why do I have to experience this hardship? Well, when we experience hardship through our feeling it and then healing it, we heal others around us and we raise the vibration of the planet. For example, the Black Lives Matter thing, a lot of people were able to feel that because they can think of times they were bullied or just discriminated against or made fun of or they can feel the energy of separation. And so that healing vibration that popped up wasn't just for a particular race. It was really happening across many races who says, yes, I've been there before. I have been ignored. I have had less than opportunities. I've been discriminated, and they felt this level of separation. And for a moment, it was bringing lots of people together because there was a unity in how we wish to be as a human race. So we as a soul choose our mother and father. So my kids chose me, and for 5 years I was a single mom. And more than one time, they have let me know, they still remember the time they ate ramen noodles for months. Because as a single parent, I had all I could do is to make all the bills, cover everything, cover daycare, make sure they had their diapers and all their basic needs, that when it came time for food, I may have been less on the food, but the thing is they had food in their stomach and maybe it wasn't the healthiest choice and they still remember this. So could this be emotional scar? Do I need to ask forgiveness? I'm sorry I didn't have more resources in my life. I'm sorry I was a single parent. I could do a blame game. I could blame their father because I didn't get this or that. There's so many things I can do. But really, at the end of the day, this energy was about me. And they chose me as their mom to experience my life because how they were experiencing their growing up are things that they're going to bring forth of new ideas, new processes, new systems, maybe new programs, maybe new education onto the planet to heal those gaps that they felt as a child. Now, some people don't think about that in that form. What happens as an adult, we tend to go ahead and we start blaming ourselves or feel shameful. I can't believe I didn't have enough money or this, and we can start beating ourselves up. But all of you out there, didn't you do your very best? Didn't you do your very best what you could with the kids? Based on how society said you got to work yourself up the ladder and you have to have this and you got to put them in the best schools, and how many sacrifices you made for them. And if your adult kids don't get it, you can't blame yourself and say, I screwed up my kids. Now, kids, if you're in your 20s and 30s or 40s listening to this, your parents did the very best they can. What your role is in this is saying, these were some gaps I felt growing up. What did I learn from it? What can I bring to the plan as creative ideas or solutions to help minimize this or heal this energy so future generations don't have to go through this? And that is why people created youth development centers or something like the Pink House, place where kids could be, because these parents were working and somebody said, I don't want any kid to have to be alone after school. So they created these processes. So in the energy of forgiveness, it's not that we didn't do certain things or we should have done something better. The energy of forgiveness, it says, I'm giving you compassion and grace and mercy. I know you did the very best you could. I know that I'm doing the best that I can. So if I'm doing the best that I can, why would I assume that you deliberately tried to hurt me as a kid? Why would we think that? Because we felt that, we felt ostracized. But remember, when you were a kid, you only had little kid thoughts. So that little kid created some programming in here. So when you see all these different levels out there of these different programs saying you got to heal your inner child, you got to heal you. Your way of thinking needs to be healed because somewhere along the line, you told yourself you're unlovable, you're not good enough, you're unworthy to have things because mom could only give you ramen noodles, when really it never had anything to do with you and had to do with mom trying to make the best decisions in her life. So it's time that you forgive yourself. But most importantly, it's time that you forgive the people around you. Because when we step into this energy of forgiveness, we heal ourselves and others. And I want you to think about this. Buddha talked about forgiveness. More than one time, Buddha talked about forgiveness, that he starved himself to death. He did all these different things trying to find these levels of enlightenment. But finally, one day he realized, oh my God, enlightenment has always been within me. But where? Right here. I had to stop thinking and start feeling the energy and just trusting my wisdom. Now think of Master Jesus. He walked around the planet all over the place talking about the energy of forgiveness, how important it was to forgive your brothers and sisters. Because really, once again, everybody's on their own soul's path, and you don't know what they're here to learn. And if you chose to join a family and you feel like the black sheep of the family or the unicorn of the family, that is because you chose that to feel that energy. Because through your feeling of that energy, you're going to learn something to rise up and do something with it. And then Mother Mary comes in, her sweet, loving, blessed energy. And she shows me through visions. Can you imagine as a mom watching your kid be tortured on a cross, carrying the cross, people bullying him, making fun of him, calling him names, spitting on him? Can you even begin to imagine your kid going through that? She didn't walk around the rest of her life with a chip on her shoulder. She became a disciple and went around to speak about forgiveness, to speak about compassion, to speak about oneness. She continued, no matter where she was, to bring forth this vibration of forgiveness, compassion, oneness energy. She tried to close the gap on separation. It would have been very easy to think of all of you could have been so easy to be pissed off and say, I can't believe you did that to my kid. But at the end of the day, she held a higher vibration. So when you're trying to step into this energy of forgiveness, and I'm going to encourage you to choose the energy of forgiveness, forgive yourself. You did the very best you could based on the knowledge that you had. If 2020 has caused you to open your eyes and see things differently, don't look at what you did wrong. Look at what you're doing right and look at how you can make the best decision right now. The past is over. The most important way to step forward on your path is being present right here, right now. Your next step is the only step that matters. Everything in the past is done, is over with, and the future's not even here. So Mother Mary says, just breathe and choose peace, but start with the peace in here. Then choose forgiveness and breathe and start with the forgiveness in here. And you can just simply say, I forgive, I completely forgive myself for anything I did intentionally or unintentionally. Forgive me, Father, for I didn't know what I was doing, or maybe I did, but I forgive myself if I did something intentionally and unintentionally. I'm just more awake now. I'm more enlightened now. I have a greater understanding now. And then send that off to everybody you know. I forgive you. I forgive you, and I forgive you. For forgiveness means you're getting out of rage and you go into an energy of compassion. You're going into an energy of peace. The more we do this as a whole, as a planet, we are shifting the vibration of the planet to move away from all the crap that's been happening, to move into more solutions, to move into 2021 with new ideas of how to create the programs we really need. It's not to be mad at somebody because they didn't give me something. It's to be in a vibration of how can I take care of me and how can I use my resources from within through my meditation and prayer to help me move forward. So as we move through this soul session today, your next hour and moving through the day is who do you need to forgive? And what in you do you need to forgive? You don't need to be in shame of how you lived your life. You don't need to be in shame of how your parents lived their life. You just need to allow yourself just to be, to feel the feelings, and then ask yourself, how can I learn from this? What was I supposed to learn from this? If I put this in my path, what can I gain from it? And what can I do with this to help others? There's so much going on right now. And you only have a few weeks before we're at the end of this year. Use this energy of illumination to help you shift in something greater. Choose the vibration of forgiveness and see all the magic that happens to your life. You'll begin to notice how everything in your life is going to start lining up for you. No longer are you going to feel like a victim. No longer are you going to be in the energy of blame and shame. You're going to be in your power, in your soul's power to trust you know exactly what you need to do next. If you're struggling, feel free to reach out to me. You can text me, you can message me, however you want. If not me, reach out to somebody else. There's a lot of resources out there. Do not carry this energy with you into 2021. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being here in this vibration to choose to pick the vibration of forgiveness. See what we're going to do with it. See where it goes. And be happy that you didn't have to eat ramen and noodles and Christmas is coming. And I know they're going to bring it up again, but now I can laugh at it. Where before I used to hang my head in shame and like, I just did the best I could. You guys don't understand. But they do understand as they become adults. My daughter now has 3 kids and she totally gets, she's totally starting to get it. So that energy of angst and how come and all those questions of what I did right or wrong is dissolving because now she understands through having her own kids, I did the very best that I could with the knowledge I had at the time. My name is Dr. Wendy Perel. Reach out to me. You can head out to my webpage at Dr. Wendy Empowers or go to YouTube and you can find some more discussions about energy on Dr. Wendy Empowers channel. I love you guys. Sending you holiday blessings. Bye now.